Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kirbanu, an Australian voice empowerment coach, founder of the Zoma Voice technique and trainings, as well as a new age musician. I want to chat with you in our session today about having a loud voice. In my experience working over 15 years with one-to-one clients and in my own personal experience as a speaker and as a professional singer, I really think we have the incorrect perception of loud and of volume. Let me explain this to you. Often we have very little feeling for how the voice is really made inside of us. We have very little awareness somatically of our internal state. The word here is interoception. We don't have a strong interoceptive sense. And what happens is we think, I need to speak louder. And we force the voice out. Somehow there's a misconception because the vocal cords are here. Therefore, if I put pressure here, if I pump it, then I'm going to be louder. Now, if you've ever had the experience of doing this, for example, you're in a bar with your friends or a loud restaurant, and there's a lot of background noise, and you realize, oh, I need to give more pressure, I need to give more force, more volume, so that they can hear me. Or if you're a teacher, I've had a number of one-to-one clients for voice empowerment coaching who are teachers who actually have lost their voice on a number of occasions because of what I'm saying right now, because of incorrectly putting force onto the vocal cords in the misconception that this will give you volume. I want to give you a 180-degree turnaround and offer you something completely different. Less is more, and ease is the way. So we really want to do less. We want to actually become very aware of our felt sense, of our inner self, become very aware of the mechanics of vocal production, of the things we actually need to feel into and align in order for the voice to come out of us with ease, and use ease as our guiding line. Now, this means that if something feels like it's under pressure, if it feels forced, if it feels uncomfortable, don't do it. That is a sign of your body, of your being saying stop, something is incorrect. Okay, that's the background information to now the little tip that I want to give you. Think your voice up. Think it up. We're working with resonance. Now, the vocal folds are in the larynx. The initial vibration of vocalization is happening because the vocal folds on the exhalation come together, supported by the air pressure that's coming from beneath them. They ideally come together well and vibrate incredibly fast against each other in order to produce your basic sound. Every basic frequency that you make is happening because of the length and the width of the vocal cords and how much per second, how fast they are vibrating together. That's your basic sound. But that's not where it stops. What happens is that this vibration is then energy in motion, and it impacts the surfaces around it. This is the principle of resonance. So the vibration from your vocal folds is impacting the surfaces around it, the muscles and the flesh inside of your throat, and then they start to vibrate. This is called entrainment. Now what's happening here, you can put your hands here and make a sound, for example, and you're going to feel quite strongly the vibration. Now we can either just think here and focus here and force the voice out of this space, but it's basically the same as shoving a cloth or a towel in front of my face and trying to speak. I automatically put more force there because it feels muffled, because actually that is absorbing the resonance, it's absorbing the vibrations. I need to give, or I feel that I need to give, more force, more gas in order to get the voice out. Now the contrast is if I am in, for example, a yoga space or an empty room, and there's very little material around, there's very little furniture, and the voice resonates with ease. And I can hear it because in the space I don't need to do much in order for my voice to be heard with a lot of color, with a lot of volume, with a lot of texture. Think up, because you have this beautiful skull happening here. You have bone. And here there are sinus cavities, which are like little echo chambers or volumizers for the resonance, for the vibrations of your voice coming from your vocal cords. When we think up, then we avoid putting pressure here. And when we put pressure here, we literally force the muscles together around the larynx and they squeeze. And they directly put pressure on the vocal folds, which is why it feels like we're under pressure, because we are. We want to do everything to avoid pressure, which means really creating spaciousness and ease, reducing any tension in the shoulders, in the jaw, in the tongue, and thinking the voice up. One exercise I love to share, which I find really helpful, is the following. Put your hand very softly on the crown of the head. With me, make the sound of an M like mother, and we're going to breathe in and then softly hum on an M. When you do this, let your tongue be soft on the floor of the mouth. It's like you have an egg or a circle inside of your mouth. And very gently think the vibrations here in the skull, or you could even think them above the skull in the air. Here we go. So try it a little bit more. And really, volume does not matter here. So try to be quiet, like do 50% less volume. And just see if you can feel the vibrations coming into the finger. Now you can practice this exercise for 3 to 4, even 5 minutes. I hope that you're able to feel something, even if it's super slight, of the vibrations from your voice in your hands as your hand is on your skull. Obviously, we're not going to go through life talking like this or singing like this. So what we want to do, this is step number 1. Step number 2 is start lifting the hand up away from the skull and see if you can feel internally through interoception, that's somatic awareness on the inside, interoception. See if you can feel internally the vibrations in your skull. If you want to try it with me. Same thing, make sure the tongue is soft on the floor of the mouth. Don't use too much volume. Relax your jaw and think the vibrations being up. Now maybe you're feeling it, and if not, what you could do is a mix of the two. You could start here for a few rounds, then lift the hand up for a few rounds, then try again here for a few rounds, and then lift it up for a few rounds. I really recommend practicing this exercise daily. It doesn't have to be for an hour. A few breaths is great, a few minutes if you can, even better. But just, we really want to create this awareness of the sound up. And that means that eventually, anytime you tune in, you should feel the vocalization, the resonance, the vibrations happening on the inside of your skull. We do this because when you're talking, when you're singing, and it starts to feel blocked and heavy and burny and itchy, check in with yourself and ask yourself, am I thinking my voice up? Am I feeling the vibration up, or am I forcing out here? And if it's number 2, forcing out, recorrect, realign, drop the tension, think up. And this way, even when you're speaking or even when you're singing, you have a check-in system so you can correct yourself and avoid this unnecessary tension and honestly eventually vocal damage, potential vocal damage, if you keep forcing your voice out. It can be easy, it can be effortless, and it really has to do with increasing interoception, increasing your inner awareness of your experience of your voice as it's being produced. If you have questions, write to me below. Otherwise, do consider booking in a free discovery call with me. It's 30 minutes and I can give you some specific pointers and tips about how you can work with your voice with ease. You'll find the link for that one below in the description box.